I got beer in my boots, dirt on my truck, corn on my mind, and a gun up my butt. It's a small town. At least there's dirt, at least there's beer and trucks and shirts.
Howdy there. You've been on the internet all day and you come across the Death of Fun podcast. Join me, Matt McKinley, and my buddies Aaron, Rob, and Tim as we bring you the latest in current events, sports, and a whole bunch of inappropriate jokes that we used to tell to each other back when we were roommates in college. And the world wasn't so lame. So kick back, crack a beer, and join us for a few laps. Unless you're gay. And even if you are, join us anyways. Welcome to the Death of Fun.
We're back, bitches.
I like that opening. It sounds so kosher, and then just Matt throws in the gay.
Lesser gay.
See, there's a lot of people saying how like, oh, we're back. We could say gay and retarded again, and I was like, I literally never stopped, never once.
Not all of us can be cowboys that just fucking ride and can't be canceled, man.
Well, I mean, you only can't. I mean, yeah, I guess I don't know. You could be if you wanted to. It just.
I don't want to get dysentery, Matt. Okay.
It wasn't that bad. I mean, it sucked for a little while, but it wasn't terrible. Oh, yeah, it was terrible, but it didn't last very long enough.
That was the first time Matt got it.
I wouldn't recommend it.
On a lemon?
We were talking about
scurvy.
how well, and I guess Tim brought it up because we didn't really hang out with Rob's twin brother a whole lot, but the few times we did was early in our college career when
we know where all the testosterone went.
Well, I mean,
to his head with like Barry Bonds.
If we're going strictly off a head size, Rob clearly got more testosterone. That thing is a wonder of the world. That fucking dome of Rob's. But yeah, Rob's brother looks exactly like him. They talk the same. They have the same mannerisms. It's little creepy at times.
I don't know. Creepy. I think Rob's way prettier than Mike. I'm sorry. I gotta say it.
Without a doubt. Without a doubt. 10 out of 10 times, if I had a choice, I would fuck Rob over Mike.
So much prettier.
It's like if Rob was a mongoloid,
Yeah, well, like Rob's I mean he's clearly the alpha in that situation. Like Mike's lucky he didn't get eaten in the womb.
Yeah, I was gonna say
I'm pretty sure I was in the middle of
Rob was hungry by the time they were ready to come out.
It tastes like pork chops.
Fucking ate pork chops.
Is this kosher?
This is from Jew to Jew, Rob. Is cannibalism kosher?
If it's blessed by a rabbi.
Yeah, like Tim said, if a rabbi, is off on it, then have at it. All right, just stay away from probably the organs. I don't think they like that.
That's probably. I mean,
His organs are full of matzah.
But Tim brought up Rob. If Rob was a Republican, he'd be the most annoying Republican ever, and we had a little riff going on about that. But I was like, we actually saw Rob if he was Republican, and Rob was kind of like a squishy Republican back in college. You were like he was like a Mitt Romney Republican. But Mike was like a college Republican at CU. So, I mean, like, he was behind enemy lines as far as Republicans.
Like Charlie Kirk.
He was the chapter lead.
Yeah, I mean, like, he was
hardcore.
He was insane. and I come from one of the most conservative places in the country, the reddest of red. I mean, I think... I don't know what Trump won this time around, but it was over 90%. I can tell you that because
Baca County.
George W. won 93%. So
Yeah, I'm gonna look it up.
I would have
Trump's
assumed that
probably
Trump would've been
over.
better.
Trump's probably bumping on 95 or above. I would
That's a
imagine.
good question.
But Mike Drost was insane as a college Republican. that dude was he was very, very opinionated and not that well researched, if we're being honest.
He was a dumbass.
Even at the time, I was like, I don't think he knows what he's talking about on that one.
He is crazy.
How's life in Highlands Ranch? Is everybody around you just depressed since the election?
I mean, they're not happy about it. That's for sure. Right. There was some parent group of ours that literally invited everybody over just to vent their grievances about that whole election. I was not part of that.
As if that hasn't been
Yeah.
going
Emily,
on for
Emily like
for a
load her gun and
Emily
say, I'm
said
on my
no to
way.
that too. I mean, she voted for Kanye, so you know.
That's awesome.
Does it disturb you that your wife voted for an anti-Semite?
You know,
To be in her defense, I don't think she knew that. She doesn't really pay attention to that kind of stuff. She just likes Kanye, so.
As soon as she found out,
Or
he became
that's
more
what I like to
appealing.
believe.
the only way Emily would have ever voted for Kamala is because of Taylor Swift. Like that's the only way I would believe that Emily voted for for Kamala Harris is because she's like, well, I don't know, because Taylor Swift said so. Like that sounds like the most mom thing ever. Like girl mom.
I fucking love that girl.
I don't get
weird.
the Taylor Swift phenomenon at all, but it's real. I don't understand it, but
And she's using her witchcraft to help the Chiefs win every week.
well, you think her and Kelsey kind of makes sense because like somebody has to have an ass in that relationship, I think, and Taylor's got none. Like there's no ass there. No ass.
Have you ever seen somebody switch preferences that quickly? Like, have you seen Jason Kelsey's old girlfriends?
Oh yeah.
Like all thick black women, and then all of a sudden just straight up Hank Hill ass. I've never seen it.
What was that girl? Dang. She looks like
none of those previous girlfriends of Travis Kelce's had $1 billion.
There you go.
yeah.
So,
It's money.
Is he now molesty rich? Would you say?
I probably.
What's the number, Matt? We haven't found that out.
I think $1 billion's pushing it. I mean, if we're being 100% honest, I think if you stay in that tens of millions range, you're probably good. Like that's plenty to have fun on, but not enough to get you into the really weird shit, I think, and that's probably good. Like that's what I'm shooting for, like under a hundo.
So, Rob, did you settle on your Sibian to MTG time?
Oh, yeah, that was a tough one.
Okay. So lay this out because I only skimmed through. I didn't read it fully because I knew it would be fresh. And
Aaron
wait, time out. Baca County came in at 84% Trump.
Yeah, I was just looking at that too.
Baca County.
Then I wanted to see what 2020 was in Baca.
Well, I guess that kind of tracks.
President,
because there are about.
To be fair,
people. Yeah.
To be fair, 275 people voted for Kamala Harris. And 1.28 votes went to
for
RFK. Yeah.
I mean,
So throw those votes into Donald Trump.
What was the percentage for RFK?
RFK
It's like
was 1.4%.
I mean, that's significant in a well, if the polls would have been as close as they claimed they were, like it's a neck and neck. It's neck and neck.
That would have
Kamala
been
Harris
fucking
is-
hilarious if Baca County went for Harris.
I don't know if I'd have to look back. I know that part of the world's they were big time FDR Democrats, but I would imagine Democrats haven't won outside of my dad.
I have a feeling Trump did not fly to Baca County to do any rallies.
Well,
He was pretty sure that one was pretty locked up.
there's not an airstrip in Baca County large enough to land Trump Force One. He would have to
cornfield. He just rumbling along.
he would have to either fly into Liberal, Kansas, or Amarillo, Texas, or Colorado Springs, and either way, it's a 3-hour drive to get to Baca County. So
or have Tate fly him in on his crop duster.
tater salad will set you down nice.
Tater salad.
Real smooth.
Tater salad.
That's
Fucking guy. What are your thoughts since of the campaign, and because this is the first show we've done since the election. Tim, you fucked the schedule all the way up. You were the one calling for a different day.
Oh, Monday.
I moved
days, and then
moved to the liberal hellscape known as Minnesota.
not one time have we had it on Monday since we decided we were going to have it on Monday. Not one time.
No, not once, because every time you say, "Hey, we're good to go," Rob and Aaron are like, "Oh, I got kid stuff."
No, I had.
I've
family
been
time,
traveling
asshole.
a fucking bitch over the last 2 months, so I'm not blaming my kids on that.
Those tunnels are not going to dig themselves, Tim.
Yeah, bro, where the fuck are you traveling? You're starting to make me nervous. Like, are conspiracy theories coming true here? What are you
No.
fucking doing?
Were you in South Korea the other day?
yeah,
No.
yeah. What are you doing?
I'm traveling to various mortgage servicing companies. And they all want to do their fucking
Taking minorities
end of the year deal all at the same time. So between October and now, I am on an airplane going to different places. So I finally stopped like 2 weeks ago, but it was fucking brutal. All right.
All right.
All
We
right.
didn't- I
It
mean,
was a lot.
not a lot of stuff happened over the last 3 weeks.
not
Not
a
all.
ton. Matt Gaetz has been put up and then withdrawn, and
He's out.
and now
I bet
he's
he-
out of. I'm thinking that ethics complaint was pretty rough.
Yeah.
Pretty rough. Pretty
There
rough.
are some details I want
there's
to see. It's so
there's
bad.
word saying that he's running for the other Senate seat though in Florida.
Yeah, well, now they're saying that Trump's
Be a bad
considering DeSantis for SecDef.
I thought he
I
already
idea. He
don't
had
just
a
picks
spec
winners.
Well, turns out that Pete Hegseth dude might have some more baggage than
He's a little-
originally thought.
Yeah, he's a little rapey.
It's a touch rapey.
He's a little rapey.
Well, who isn't
Little.
in politics?
I don't know. That's both of them. Yeah, I'm not that. I honestly didn't know who this Hegseth was until he got picked. And
You mean you weren't watching Fox and Friends?
dude, I don't watch any sort of cable news unless it's clips to make fun of. That's
It's just
literally it.
Aaron's dad, Jack, just sitting there with his pants off, watching Fox and Friends.
Hey, when Dana
Cleaning-
Perino comes
cleaning
on,
his
you're
shotgun.
at full bass, bud.
Dude, when Megyn Kelly left Fox News, I was
Oh,
out.
yeah, they had some winners back then. Like,
Dude, Megyn
there was a-
Kelly
there-
is
yeah.
still smoking hot. Like she is
Oh,
still
yeah.
so hot.
Yeah, 100%.
There was a girl in that lawsuit that I can't remember her damn name, but she was freaking smoked. She was like a brunette. She was smoking.
Was it
She
Emily
was like-
Capuano?
No,
She is
Trump's
smoking.
lawyer
Greek.
Trump's lawyer is something else.
Sagda, whatever her name is.
Yeah.
I thoroughly enjoyed the new kind of like Pete Hegseth articles now, or like people were concerned about his drinking, and then Kamala
like
Harris
showing up
comes out,
super drunk on the show.
and then Kamala Harris goes on national TV either looking hungover and still drunk, or
I was
just right to
sitting
a bender.
I was sitting in a hotel room in Paris when I was watching that video of her like video. Oh my god! Like
Pull it
she
up,
was-
Matt.
I'm not
Well,
aware of
Tim,
this.
I know you don't. I know you don't read back through the messages, but
No,
did
I had 159 messages when I got out of.
Okay,
work
so
meetings
yeah.
today.
That being said, Aaron and Rob, did I not describe perfectly the amount of drunk and the scenario there? Like she sounded hungover, still slightly drunk, but like enough of the hair of the dog to be on the mend, but not quite. I said she probably woke up, puked, smoked a blunt, made Dougie Fresh give her some lazy side sex, then
Ugh.
pounded a couple of mimosas, smoked
Red
another
beer.
blunt, and
Probably had a
then
red beer.
well, she's California liberal, so
Well,
mimosas.
depends which accent she's going with.
Sangria. She might have had sangria, who knows? Whatever her poison of choice is, but she had that couple blunts and then was like feeling good, but also starting to get drunk again. And that's when
to be
she
fair to her
recorded.
though, like, because remember in college, Aaron was talking about if he became president, who his cabinet would be, and he had all of us in there. Those would have been some drunk ass interviews.
Oh fuck.
It would have been bad.
No, I'm rethinking that. The best job in the world has got to be vice president. Like nothing is expected of you. You can go on TV drunk.
John Adams said that.
You can fuck
He's
up.
like,
and
it's the most important and least important job in the world.
you're the time vote, so you can be fucking petty if you want.
Oh yeah.
Perfect.
All right.
You got a video of it?
I think so.
Yeah, John.
And she is hunched over too, man.
You have the same power that you did before November 5th. And you have the same purpose that you did. Don't you ever let anybody take your power from you.
Oh, she is like 5
You
mimosas
have the
in.
same power
She's like
that you
Diane
did
Ellis
before
at
November
Christmas.
5th.
Like
And you have the same purpose that you did. Don't you ever let anybody take your power from you. You have the
Okay.
same power.
I
you're
mean,
drunk.
that might be my favorite Kamala.
First off, if she had gone
Honestly,
out
I'd be
there
happy
in
to
real
get
life
that
with a
forever.
bottle of Hennessy and said that, like, people
I
that make
might have
memes
voted
would
for
have
her.
no idea what to do.
I am on record saying I probably will never vote for a woman for president. But had she gone out there with a bottle of Henny, I might have changed that. I might have changed my mind for the sheer comedy and just gangsterness of it. But yeah, I don't even blame her for being hammered. Like she got
I'd be on a
fucking
bender.
worked.
She got waxed. That was so
Yeah.
bad.
I'm convinced it took her so long to respond to her supporters that she was just drunk or hungover. I'm like fucking
Yeah.
convinced.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
100%.
That's your
Hey-
girl, Rob.
Hey,
That's your girl,
hey,
Rob.
What's the
Not my girl.
temperature right now in
I didn't vote
Denver?
for her.
Is California done counting yet? Are they still counting?
That
I-
may take forever.
Arizona took 20 days.
Rob, what's
20
the
fucking
temperature right
days.
now in Denver?
I don't know.
Let me go check.
50 degrees.
Is it a boot as cold as a plumber's ass crack there in Minnesota? Minnesota?
Negative 11 right now.
Fuck that.
Jesus Christ. Oh yeah. Great idea. to move
How
around.
do the Somalis survive up there?
I don't know, but there's a lot of them.
There's a lot of them.
Like,
Yeah.
we should probably make sure they never get their hands on nuclear weapons because those people are survivors.
They can't even get their hands on one of my quarters at the freaking red.
I mean,
light.
you would think going from Somalia, which is right around the equator, to fucking Minnesota would weed a bunch of them out, but they've kind of taken over Minnesota.
There's a lot of them, but I honestly have not run into many.
I don't know. We had a bunch of them there in Southwest Kansas for the packing plant. A bunch of them got imported to do the halal slaughter at the packing plants. So you got like the call to prayer going over
You
the.
should have been like, "Hey, we're doing this kosher." See what happened.
See, I've never actually been on the kill side of it. I've always been on the
Good for you, because that would suck.
the fabrication side, if you will, on the other side after the animal's dead, and it's just chunks of meat. That's the only part I've been on. But
Matt,
yeah.
I don't think you've got room to talk shit on states, because I was visiting my friends in Michigan, and they have a friend who is from like Sahara, Africa. Came into Nevada, got off the plane, and asked, "Why is it so hot here?"
Well, I mean,
Yeah,
Las
that's
Vegas is
fucked.
retarded. Las Vegas and Phoenix are just abominations before God. It's the middle of the fucking desert. There's not supposed to be millions of people living there where there's no water. Then they bitch about how the Colorado River is not high enough. Well, you're not supposed to live
No
there.
fucking shit.
You're not
Blame
supposed
Mr.
to live
McKinley.
There's supposed to be a couple rabbits and maybe a lizard or two, and that's it. Not a million people. Idiots. All you city people. Idiots.
Fuck you, Matt.
I stand by that statement. I love you guys, but
I
idiots.
live really far out of the city now.
Oh, shut up.
Have you joined the militia yet?
I saw Minneapolis from the little airplane window, and then I sat at the bar for a couple hours waiting on a flight. I don't know how the fuck I ended up in Minneapolis. I was going to Memphis, and from Reno.
You're flying the cheapest airline on earth.
No, I was flying Delta. Like,
oh well, Delta is a hub here.
Did you Home Alone 2 yourself and get on the wrong plane?
no, they. I wish it kind of felt like that. I didn't have enough of my equipment to make all the cool booby traps though. I just sat at the bar and made friends with people at the. I like airport bars. I'm a big fan of besides the prices obviously suck, but I'm a big fan of airport bars. They're fun.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. Get drunk at 7 a.m.
I know. Talk to somebody from the Netherlands, and then in Phoenix, and you're like, "What are you doing here?"
You
So,
just
Rob,
you just go to the Netherlands.
They're like, it's like, I don't want to be xenophobic, but like, what the fuck are you doing here?
You don't
I
belong
don't
here.
mean that as an offense. I'm just as a legit question. What the fuck are you doing here? You are a long way from home.
So, Rob,
We don't
did you
take
want?
kindly to your kind.
Not
you
even that.
land-
I'm just like, what the fuck? Like, what brought you here?
So, Rob, did you land on a time?
What time? Oh, that.
So, little
I would
backstory.
say
Of course.
like 10 minutes to 50 minutes.
Oh yeah,
right?
tell the whole
That's what I meant.
story. Tell the whole question, because I like I said, I
Aaron came up with
skimmed, but I don't. I got the gist of it, but I saved it for the show.
So, of course, we bring up that Tim's the #1 Sibian salesman in the United States.
Mhm.
Four
I'm
quarters
I'm
running.
sitting on one right now.
It's
Oh, that's like-
surprisingly quiet. Those are usually like industrial sounding.
That's yeah. It's coming to the market soon.
is that a diesel truck? Like, it makes the beeping noise as you retract it.
If you leave it outside, yeah.
When
Here
you're
in Minnesota, you really gotta crank it to get it going.
Whew, I'm spent.
When the beeper breaks down, he just has less do the sound.
While she's telling me to shut the fuck up.
It sounds like one of those shitty airport like luggage transport. You know, it's like it's not even moving, but it has the Doppler sound to it.
So, like, we were discussing that, and then this idea pops in my head. Like, it's kind of like, you know, what would you do? How long could you go on a Sybian for certain ladies? And of course, I then bring up the question:
Large Marge.
Large Marge.
Marge.
And I'm like, what's
God
the
bless her.
ratio? You take the Sybian. How many minutes on the Sybian do you take to get the amount of time with your favorite gal? And we started off 60 for 60. Rob dwindled it down to 30 for 30. I feel like you have to have more time on the Sybian than with the person to make it worth it.
Yeah, wait. So wait. I obviously don't listen to your stupid fucking text. So
listen to our text. You don't listen
read
to our
them.
text?
Read your stupid fucking text.
Top to bottom, left to right.
You have to write it.
By the way,
for the
that
amount
is
of
the
time you give
worst-
with her.
The worst feature of the AirPods is when it reads the text to you.
There's a
I'm
text
trying
from
to
Matt.
trying to listen to a fucking podcast. Stop with this.
Text from Matt. Would you bang Richard Simmons? Question
I
mark?
know. And then the newest update, they changed the Siri voice. I'm like, I don't like any of them. I don't like them. I like the old Siri voice. I'm a boomer.
So
How's
no,
Matt,
Rob.
how's Matt
Yeah.
supposed to keep a heart on?
For real.
Oh, listen.
Come on.
Rob, you have to have
Lamest
more.
Irish accent ever.
You have to have more time on the Sybian than you do with the person.
Like you
So,
have to.
like, you have to
or
do, like, you get like 30 minutes on the Sybian, but then you get like 25 minutes with.
Either
Yeah, is there a
MGT?
ratio here?
more or equal to. Like
See,
mine-
I'm gonna say I'm not taking that challenge with Marjorie Taylor Greene, and not for the reason you think.
she's gonna peg you anyway.
No. I think because my initial gut feeling is like I'll do a short amount of time just to be able to say, yeah, I've laid it down with Large Marge. But I have a suspicion that it would be really good, and then you'd go back to the Sybian again because you're like, I mean, I know she's not
So
much.
it's better.
I know that she's not much to look at, but that was fucking wild. I'm going back in. I don't care if I gotta do the Sybian. And then you're like, then you end up buying a Sybian just because you're like, I mean, Large Marge is the siren
Yeah, he's going
song,
down
you
a
know?
rabbit hole here.
Money, dollar bills, y'all.
I'm gonna like Bobert. She's hot enough. I'll take my shot, my chances. But I have a feeling that Large Marge will suck you in, and then you're like Sybian gay for Large Marge.
I mean, Tim is running.
That's
a
the name of the
special for
episode.
Christmas.
Sybian gay
I like
for
it.
Large Marge.
I'm gonna put that in my email.
That's your pronouns. Is Sybian gay for Large Marge.
That's gonna be my new signature. I'm gonna have a banner.
I'm gonna have ChatGPT make a like cloud writing, with the airplanes, like when they write your name and with the chemtrails, but it's gonna say Sybian gay for Large Marge.
What would
What the fuck?
what would a Sybian version, like a Large Marge edition of a Sybian, look like?
A jackhammer. That's the only thing that's going to make Large Marge come.
It's just a machine. You lay on the ground and it punches you in the face.
It's a steam-powered jackhammer.
It just, as it's going, it just yells.
It's not
fear at you the
allowed
whole
by
time.
OSHA on job sites.
The more you complain, the more it makes fun of you and punches.
Take
That's
it,
what I'm
pussy.
saying. And it'll probably be good enough where you'll go back for seconds, even though you know you shouldn't. So
You'll go back to it. The only way it starts working again is if you apologize to it.
Sorry.
just like when your Dick Cheney's throwing and he shoots you in the face.
I mean, half of Tim's business is repeat business, so there must be something to it.
I mean, is there a bigger American gangster than Dick Cheney?
No.
Nancy Pelosi, maybe.
Joe Biden.
I mean, Nancy
Perhaps.
Pelosi, maybe. What are the odds that Nancy was just tired of Paul being gay and she paid that dude to beat him with a hammer?
It's like you're supposed to finish the job and it wasn't supposed to get on CNN.
She's like,
He was supposed to die.
she was so pissed she spit her dentures out. She's like, can't find good help anywhere these days.
Dropped her dentures into a bottle of fucking.
I think it's between Nancy Pelosi and Dick Cheney as the biggest gangsters in American history.
I don't know. Biden like completely exonerated himself like in front of everyone's face.
Yeah, but he's corrupt as fuck, but he's from Delaware. I mean, that's the credit card state. It's where all the credit cards are from. Well, then that in South Dakota. So Christy Noem's corrupt as fuck too. She's way hotter than Joe Biden. No offense to Joe. Christy Noem's way hotter.
True.
Joe Biden's pretty hot.
She's got that like cougar MILF deal. She is pretty good.
Well, and she'll put a dog down just because, so you know she fucks.
I feel like Christy Noem is. I feel like she's just got clips
There's the title
at the back
of
of
the
her
episode.
skin that are just holding her face back, and if you really got a glimpse of her after work, it would just be like a dachshund hound.
All right,
you know?
so I can explain that to you. Being a man from rural America who makes his living a horseback, when you are loping after cattle horseback all day, the wind pushes your face back like that. And that might be maybe Matt Gaetz didn't get the Botox. He just went horseback riding on the beach for the first time. It's possible, you know.
Wait, so they just have nut sacks at the back of their head?
I've never experienced that.
It's pulled back.
I mean, not my own nutsack, anyways. But
Christy Noem ever come into her kitchen just like blood on her face?
we were talking about wrestling earlier before you guys hopped on. I was fresh off of wrestling practice, you know, just rolling around with a bunch of young boys.
I'm just picturing Matt. Like,
get that clip, and that's the name of the episode.
No, I'm helping coach wrestling this year, and helping. I'm a helper. Help a lot. I provide a helping hand, if you will.
Why does Coach McKinley have a boner on all the time?
It's a cup. I told you that. That's
Put him in a
terrible.
headlock.
That's terrible. I'm trying to be a good citizen here, and you guys are making fun of my good deeds, and I don't appreciate it. I don't appreciate it.
He has a rapist wit.
I don't remember where I was going with that, but I'm sure it was funny. Oh yeah, but Christy Noem.
Does she just come into her kitchen with like walk in the back door with like blood across her face and just scream at her husband? Like,
and then she just like, and he's like, what's all this blood on your face?
Don't.
Killed the
You're
dead
next.
dog.
Yeah.
Get in the bedroom. She's going to be the DHS secretary.
Is she really?
That's who he picked.
Yeah.
Any reason she wouldn't be confirmed?
The next 4 years are going to be really fun to watch.
Like, legitimately though, is there any
would
reason?
any Republicans say no to her? I don't think so.
I wouldn't be surprised if she got a few. Well, I guess Tester's out in Montana, but like I could see John Tester voting for her. Like a few of those.
I don't see any of his picks not making it right now. After Gates got out.
Tulsi might be dicey.
Tulsi Gabbard. Yeah.
The Democrats fucking hate her, dude. She went party traitor on him. They are no, that there won't be a single. I would maybe Ron Wyden from Oregon would vote for her, but other than that, I don't think there'd be a single Democrat that vote.
I think they're all getting through no problem.
I'd go 5 for 5 on the Sibian for Tulsi Gabbard.
It'll be the biggest FU drop.
Tulsi Gabbard, that's an interesting choice there, Aaron.
I mean, my number 1 is
5.
Scarlett Johansson, definitely. Thank you for calling me out. I first said 15 for 15 for Scarlett Johansson, and you're like, it's more 0.5 per 0.5. I'd take that deal. I'd finish.
What about Sunny Sweeney? Those big old heavies.
Ooh. That's about a 1 for 1.
She's got a weird face.
You don't need to see the face.
I mean,
that's not part of the Senate.
I'd like to look them in the eye, okay?
Well, I say we all, but I don't think Rob. I think we've all, aside from Rob, have got over the face at one point. The face is pretty arbitrary at some point.
Rob digs the MTG caveman look.
I mean,
hot as fuck.
Off camera right now, Emily's sitting there with a belt. Like, say something.
Emily's gonna run for the House of Representatives in North Georgia. Rob dies from excessive ejaculation when Emily wins her House seat. Rob dies. He comes and dies at the same time.
The official report is he died from dehydration.
How is that a possibility?
They had to condemn the house. It was too saturated with semen. Couldn't get it out of the walls.
No,
semen's everywhere.
Semen
everywhere. Semen in the semen.
That could be a really funny like fake commercial for Cement, SEMENT. It just shows a bunch of dudes with their pants around their ankles mixing concrete.
If any of us were billionaires, it would be amazing.
I couldn't make
buy
it
commercial time during the Super Bowl and just have cement
for a fake product. I mean that's kind of the goal. That isn't that the American dream for guys like us?
1,000,000%.
Like, can you imagine if Aaron actually did buy the Rockies and rename it the fuck Matt McKinleys, and then they won a World Series as the fuck Matt McKinleys?
And Mike Ellis would be the mascot.
I mean,
just him fucking drunk roaming the ground.
Drunk Matt, or
America could die
Mike
after
Ellis
that.
Walking around with a bat.
America would have to die after that because we've peaked. We've peaked as a culture. Like that is the apex. Well, you can't go any further than that. Like that's the end of the game.
Just threatening fans who wear Cubs gear to the game.
Drunk Mike Ellis walking around the concourse of Coors Field, like dragging a bat, the bat from Walking Dead. Just like
me and Jake are gonna make we're designing a Tim Martin City Connect jersey.
Oh,
it's just every city.
It's just gonna be like the generic, like bold colors of sports teams, like a Kelly green and a royal blue and a cardinal red, just like stripes, and it's just gonna say sports ball.
I'll take it.
Nice.
Take it.
Yeah,
it still has Mark Sanchez's number on the back.
Yeah, it's just gonna have just some random, like random symbols like you see on hockey sweaters every now and then, and just your generic, just bold sports mascot colors. And
I like it.
Sports ball.
I like it.
I think I don't know. I haven't actually sat down and designed it yet, but it could be good. Could be good. And maybe we'll make it like a sweater, like the like the late 80s sweaters. Didn't Buzz from Home Alone have a Chicago Bulls sweater like that, like a Christmas sweater type?
Yep.
Yeah, like you're wearing right now, Aaron. Like that style.
Yeah, what the fuck are you wearing, by the way?
This is the dude's cardigan. Excuse me. I
pull over.
I bought it for a Halloween costume.
Pull over.
Comfortable thing. No, it's a cardigan, but thanks for noticing.
There it is.
Oh, I've got more comments on this fucking jacket from the ladies at work than my pink Power Ranger costume at the bar.
Jesus Christ.
Pink. Did you send pictures of the pink Power Rangers costume? I don't know if I saw that.
No, let me send you my favorite pic all time of me and Tim with the guy who's dressed as a Hooters waitress.
Nice.
Oh God, I forgot about that night.
What was it in Denver? Because that could just be a trans person nowadays.
No,
you don't actually have to do anything. You just say that you're trans.
This was 15 years ago, so it was definitely.
Oh, I see.
This guy went hard.
All right. While you're looking, I gotta go pee real bad. Talk amongst yourselves.
Good podcast.
Yeah. It's like Joe Rogan, but not.
Yeah.
Okay,
Rogan, but broke as shit.
Since we're killing time right now, Rob, you still haven't given me an answer. What's your ratio to Sybian to MTG time? And
preferably it'd be as minimal amount of Sybian time for a maximum amount of MTG time. But
I think it has to be 1 for 1.
And you have to do it immediately after the Sybian.
Oh, I don't think. All right.
10 to 10?
I would say 10 to 10. 15, 15, if I'm lucky.
MTG gets to have brass knuckles.
I'll give you a 10 to 15. I'll give you a 10 to 15.
All right. That'd be a wild ride.
And I'm with you, Rob. Like, the less Sybian time, the better, because this is not me being manly, but after that infected hemorrhoid episode where my wife had to literally stick her finger up my butt to pop the hemorrhoid, I don't want anything near my asshole ever again.
Okay, wait.
Ever again.
Time out.
Ha.
This is an interesting part of the story to come back into.
Yeah, we have to take a timeout and rewind a little bit.
And I'm not even ashamed of it.
Aaron had a hemorrhoid that had to be popped by Katie.
Okay, let me wind back to how I got it. We were in Florida, and let me tell you, take this advice, Jen.
You got bit on the asshole by a gator?
No. if you're
Oh.
ever on the beach, don't sit.
Crab.
Don't sit
Yeah, don't
perpendicular to the.
masturbate with a stingray.
No, that's okay. Steve Irwin
Just
did it
ask
wrong.
Steve Irwin.
He did it wrong. Don't sit perpendicular to
You're
the
not supposed to
waves coming
masturbate through
in,
your heart.
because I was
Did you take
sitting.
you
took a
took a
shit in the
seawater
ocean.
enema?
Right.
Can I finish how I wet my asshole?
We can't wait.
I was sitting in the water, and the tide came in and then pulled back out, and my ass cheek stuck on the land side while
gotta
the other
lube up
ass
that
cheek
apple, buddy.
went out to sea. Then we went snorkeling in some fucking Everglades shit, and it got infected. Then I sat on a plane for 3 hours, and it was angry.
There's not an amount of money
Angry.
that I have that I wouldn't pay to watch this happen.
Oh, it was fucking brutal. It was
Like on
fucking
time lapse,
brutal.
and then you could like slow it down at the good parts.
It was.
I would
fucking
show it to
brutal.
random guests at my house. Be like, hey, you want to see
I would-
something hilarious?
I would never not want to watch Aaron get an enema from the Gulf of Mexico.
You would think so. I think if you saw it, you would think this would have scarred you. This would have scarred you.
I don't want to see it getting popped ever.
But on the plus side, there is a strip club in Nashville that has the
It's called-
ugliest butthole competition, and I will be going back and participating in that because I think I can win that bad boy.
I bet you'd
Okay.
be shocked by how nice of a butthole you have.
Yeah, it can get much worse, I'm sure.
Matt,
Yeah.
this isn't college butthole. This is fucking Aaron almost 40 butthole.
It's a big world out there, buddy.
A lot of horrible things have happened to the butthole,
It's a great big old
especially in the South.
fucky world out there.
Ribbed for your pleasure.
Ribbed for you. There's so many good title episodes. But I think Sibian Gay for MTG is I think that's one that I'm that is really speaking to me.
So, Matt, I sent you that picture of me and Tim on that epic Halloween.
Okay.
I don't
Oh.
remember this Halloween at all.
As
Was
soon
this
as
when
you
I
see
was
the picture-
Batman?
Yes, it is.
Oh God.
You look
I don't remember.
huh. You
We
look
look
like
sober?
Tim looks like he's on his third midlife crisis.
I'm on my third bottle of whiskey.
Well, that there's that, but also, you
Put it
look.
up, Matt. Put it up, Matt.
Oh,
This was also a decade ago. Had to be.
a whole decade.
This was before children. Yeah, it had to be.
A whole decade.
Mhm.
And by the way,
Matt's gonna figure out the internet. Let's give him 20 minutes.
I've never had my ass grabbed more than when wearing this suit, except for the gay bar.
There it is.
Oh yeah, I was in good shape.
That was a fun night.
Who's
the
this
lean.
dude with? Who's that dude?
He was just some dude that we were so impressed with his commitment to his outfit that we were like, "Come take a picture with us." And
Yeah.
and they put it up on the website of the bar too.
Did they really?
Yes, they did.
Fantastic. I'm in great shape.
you look like
He looks
you
like a guy
possibly
that
have
fight with
Down
Bane
syndrome
and
too.
really lost.
Like, and I'm judging by the sneakers. Like you
I
This is-
still have that one. I still have that onesie.
Those are classic 40-year-old Down syndrome guy tennis shoes.
Jesus.
Would you say
Wow.
from birth, Matt? Is that from birth?
He's making them at night. He's
I
making
mean-
them at night.
I mean, Hooters dude is he's pushing it.
He's in character. He is
He didn't break.
method actor.
I'm pretty, and if I remember correctly, that man was as straight as you could get, but he just had big enough
Doesn't
cojones to
look
do
like
that.
it.
Oh, remember
I don't
How-
remember this
It's,
like
uh,
at
Yeah, how
all.
are you gonna remember? Look at
Well,
you.
Aaron looks startled and inquisitive at the same time.
Story of my life.
Like not really alarmed, but startled.
I've seen me drunker.
We've all seen you drunker.
Yeah, we've seen Tucker.
I mean, we've all seen Tim way worse than that.
At his best.
And to your credit, in true Irish fashion, it takes a long time to get there. Like it takes a lot of booze to get Tim at that level, but when it happens, you kind of want to watch from a distance.
I do remember
Yeah,
that night
don't
that,
get too
like
close.
in the bar there was like kind of like a shelf around the entire bar, and the waitresses kept coming around and filling that shelf full of Jello shots.
Yes, you are correct. That was a
Okay,
Jello
that
shot,
was
right?
that night. Okay, yeah. So I probably took a couple of those.
We
A
took
lot.
more than a couple of that.
Just a few.
How did
I
I
like-
get home?
I like how we were at the bar at the exact same time and drank the exact same amount, and that was you.
Yeah. I was ready to go get some pizza. At that
Hey, honey, you think KFC's still open?
point.
There was a few times coming back from the bar when me and Rob and Emily were living together, and me and Emily thought we made some fucking outstanding food. I don't know how good it was, but at the time we were pretty sure it was like gourmet shit, Jimmy. But yeah, looking back on it, I'm not sure how good it actually was.
Rob was drunk in the corner eating Triscuits. He didn't care.
Off his
Off the
Tidbits.
floor.
hobbit toes.
Right.
Picks some shredded weed up with his toe talons and then sticks it directly into his mouth.
Rob, when are we starting an Instagram for your feed?
I think he
They
would
don't
make
look
an
as bad as they used
alarmingly high amount of money from that.
I do
Oh, yeah.
too.
Like
I've always thought about it.
that would be. What would you die a little bit inside every time you got paid, just knowing that you're
No.
contributing to the downfall of humanity? Not only contributing
It's a
but
lot
profiting
worse.
off of it.
That's
Because
Rob's life goal.
who would be subscribing to Rob's Hobbit feet? That's
Nick.
the better.
Yeah, a lot.
RFK.
Well, Nick probably has seen all the porn on the internet at this point, so he's got to try something new. Him and Brad both.
Yeah, Brad's supposed to be a part of this.
Yeah, I know. He
He
said he
hasn't
would.
been on once.
Never has. I never really expected him to come on regularly, but once or twice maybe. No, Brad's too cool owning a business and whatnot.
Owning a town. Owning a county.
Yo, it's the second biggest town in Baca County. All right.
Yeah. That and what is it? Springfield?
Springfield. Yeah, Springfield's the county seat. And they got the more major highway running through it, those sons of bitches.
It's fucking Daniel Plainview.
Nothing but the hottest chicks in the world.
Fucking born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Got the 287 running right through the middle of town, motherfuckers.
Where is Tate living?
Probably with his parents still, I imagine.
The air?
No, actually, I think they kicked
He
him out
lives in the
eventually.
air above Baca County.
Wherever he
Is
can
he still a
find
pilot?
speed, brother. Yeah, I assume he probably bought a house there in Walls. I don't know.
He probably
talked to him
scraped
in a
together
while.
like $14 and bought himself a nice house.
He was dating my cousin at one point.
Oh my
Oh.
God.
How'd that
Yeah.
go?
I was not impressed with her choices, but she was considerably younger than him.
Oh,
Yeah.
That sounds like Tate.
I mean,
it does.
it's not surprising. There, on the off chance that he listens to this, what's all good, buddy? It's all good, buddy. She broke up or you broke up. I don't know.
Oh, damn it. They broke up because I want to go to that wedding.
No,
so
she got
bad.
married. She got married to somebody else, but I don't know who, but not Tate. So that's all that matters. I don't. It's not even that I don't like Tate. I don't want to marry. I don't want my cousin to marry him. You know.
There's not a dollar amount out there that I would not pay to sit there at that wedding sitting next to Matt.
Oh, it's not like it's going to affect me that much. I'm glad it didn't.
I would
happen.
have laughed. I would have laughed so hard.
I would have lost zero sleep of it. I would just like every time I saw them, I'd like shake my head and be like, really?
I would
Really?
have just been like Tate seat getting into the McKinley bloodline.
Well, it's the other side of the family. That's on the Hardy side. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know what Tate. I know he's flying airplanes, but I don't know if he's got if he's still shaving himself for that right girl or I don't know.
Here he plowed to McKinley bloodline.
Kyle Tate was trying to he was trying to nose his way in on a certain somebody down in Arizona, and I stopped that right in its tracks.
Oh my God. I know we say this a lot, but the number one funniest moment in my life was the battle that only I witnessed between Matt and Tate over the sister. That was
at Rob's wedding.
crazy. Yes.
It wasn't even
God.
it was not a battle. It was Tate not
Oh,
leaving.
it was a mental. It was a
He just
stamina
like
battle.
You're gonna do this, aren't you?
he was hanging around. It was like that one dude. Aaron, you remember this guy during one of the Conor McGregor fights? There was that dude that just kept getting punched in the face. Like he got hit in the face like 200 times in that fight, and would not go down. He never even dropped. Like but they finally called it because they're like, he's not even covering his face anymore.
You are correct. You won that battle about an hour and a half after it ended. Like he was not interested in Tater, but he was not giving up.
not at all. But he just wouldn't give in.
Matt, you fucking Rico Suave.
Honestly, if it wouldn't been for Tate trying to move in on my territory, I may not have ever made a move. But it was just the fact that motherfucker wouldn't leave and call it quits.
Matt,
it was
Matt
amazing.
being Rob's brother-in-law
then,
would have been
that being
fucking
said,
hilarious.
I have no regrets from that. It was a fun time. And the fact that I saw Tate like slinking over the fence on his way out was even better.
Oh, he
That was-
parkoured right over the fence.
Yeah, he was just like, it was like a hyena, like, you know, just slinking away. Cracked me up. Rob, your wedding was a good fucking time, by the way. Like that.
Damn
that
well it
was. That's the like the standard I hold the funness of all weddings to. Because I didn't make it to Ireland, so I'm sure that was awesome. I can't even talk shit on that. But
Mine was better.
Rob's was it was a good one.
Rob, how dare you?
It was a good one. It was.
You know what? Fuck you, Matt. I think the only thing I asked for my wedding is to have Matt McKinley at Rob's wedding, and you didn't hardly even drink. I was expecting to get punched out right on the fucking altar.
No,
That
I
didn't
drank.
happen.
I drank a ton of beer with your dad. But I went into latching onto the old dude at the end of the bar routine,
Oh,
like where everybody else is out like getting in fights, and I'm just like bullshitting with the old dude at the end of the bar. That's kind of I was with I was either with Mike or somebody else. I don't know. Your wedding was fun too.
McKinley in Ireland would have been a problem.
Oh, no way. It would have been.
Dude, I would have.
That
I would have
would've
ended up
problem.
as like a district commander of the IRA. I would have been wanted for treason of a country that I'm not a resident of. Wanted for crimes against the crown.
I still think one of our proudest moments in our group of friends is when we were in Ireland for Tim's wedding, and the bar refused to take our money for the last 2 days because we spent so much goddamn money in the bar.
So we went back there like 2 years later, and like Les and I having a good time, drinking in the bar, all that stuff, and then we're like, oh shit, there's actually a tab at the end of this? Like, what the fuck?
They probably the Irish could not understand the concept of drinking at altitude. They could not. They just thought we were all just alcoholics.
They all thought like Sugarloaf was the highest point on Earth.
What is the highest point in Ireland? Like 1,000 feet?
If that.
So like the lowest point in Colorado is what, 4 times the highest point in Ireland?
Yeah.
Like
much.
Holly, Colorado, out on the Eastern Plains is still 3,600 feet above sea level.
Yep. I even explained it to him.
There was a moment where like there was a moment in that bar where like Aaron and Rob and I, we were all in the bar, and we were just like reaching, like, because bars don't close there like at ending time. They don't have like a last call. If you're in there at the point that they close,
Americans need somebody with some sort of an
100%.
adult face to tell them to go home.
We're just reaching over the bar and filling up our Guinness like over the bar and all this stuff. And like I went into the kitchen, and all the staff
kitchen.
all the staff are in there, and I was like, you left like the worst American alone in a bar you possibly could have left alone in a bar. And we drank, and then like one of the guys was,
and she's like, that's a normal Tuesday in Ireland.
Yeah. One of the guys was from Spain, and Ryan started yelling at him because he was Mexican. And
Yeah.
like,
You remember when Ryan and my cousin got in a yelling match on?
I was passed out. I was
No,
passed
yeah,
out.
you did pass out on. It was luckily it was during the Patreon.
Yeah, I
segment.
was passed out on the table.
And my cousin and Ryan, who have never met, still to this day have never met, were screaming at each other over Zoom. And I'm not sure about what. Still, I listened back to it several times, and I don't
know what they're screaming at each other over.
I don't know at all. It started. They were talking about gold, and then it devolved from there. I don't know. Yeah, it was funny. It was funny.
And then there's me just like snoring on my keyboard.
You just see the top of his head.
Tim's dead.
Yeah, every now and then he'd like shudder and be like, he's still
he's alive.
He's either dead now or that proves he's still alive. I'm not sure. That could have been a death shudder. Not real positive. Who has been the worst cabinet pick for Trump so far?
Gates.
Gates is
Gates.
Pretty
I think
clear
so.
winner on that one.
All right, so take him out. Next worst.
Pete Hegseth.
Hegseth is a close second.
I don't know if he is.
I don't know enough about him.
He's got some baggage.
He has baggage, but
he's a TV show host.
Now?
Okay, so first of all, I want the Secretary of Defense to be the most capable person to rain death upon whoever it is that we're at war with.
That's
so
him.
Dick Cheney.
And that's your only job. But you don't get to choose who we go to war with. Like that's not your decision. It's just like when we are at war, okay, go kill them. That's your job. And do it efficiently and
SecDef is
violently.
also like fifth in line for death.
Honestly, Elon Musk would have been a fantastic Secretary of Defense. Can you imagine all the cool weapons that we would have created?
Not born in this country.
He doesn't have to be.
He doesn't have to.
Yeah, he does. Yeah, because he's in the line.
Nah,
it's like
I don't think so.
SecDef is like fifth in line.
Positions. Doesn't matter if you're in line. That's just for eligibility to apply to become president, to run for president.
No.
Right.
SecDef is like fifth in line.
Okay, so make him Assistant Secretary of Defense for research or something,
Dude, no. What he's gonna do at Doge is gonna be fucking amazing.
I'm skeptical if anything comes of that, but
No. It's gonna be
but
enormous.
if it does, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of the idea.
Yeah.
I'm just very skeptical that anything actually happens. Trump is following a lot along the lines of his first time around. You're like, oh, so
we're still spending money
to go to war with Iran.
The next 4 years are going to be fun to watch.
Oh, it's going to be entertaining as shit. I'm so glad Kamala didn't win. I think she would have been awful, but also
it'd been so bad.
It'd have been more bland than Joe Biden. I would have rather had Joe Biden. I would have rather had Joe Biden.
I'd agree with that.
Over Kamala?
Oh yeah.
Would Joe have beat Trump?
I
don't think so.
Not after that debate. No.
Like there's reports coming out now that
like 400
Kamala knew like from square one there was no chance she was going to win.
Well, I said this a while ago too. I think they're punting on this election. They don't want Kamala.
But who's next?
I don't know.
Newsom.
Not her, but they got her out of the way, and then they got Waltz out of the way, who's a terrible governor too. Like
Rob,
you don't have to worry about those two again.
Except Mayor Pete is what I think.
Who?
Mayor Pete.
He sucks.
Dude, he will get smoked.
That's Rob's boy. He's fucking Rob's boy.
I want the Democrats to have some kind of something, but they don't.
Shapiro.
They do not have a deep
I like
bullpen.
that beautiful gay bastard.
Josh Shapiro's okay.
Too Jewish.
They will all get smoked
Probably.
by Vance.
Vance did himself a lot of favors in this. Like I was not like, well, I didn't know anything about him, but my gut instinct with all politicians is they suck. And so that was my initial starting point with Vance, and
Dude can debate.
he's
Anyone is gonna get smoked by Vance right now in the Democratic Party.
maybe in the Democratic Party, maybe, but I don't know. Ted Cruz is also a really good debater, and
That doesn't matter.
he also ran into Trump, who's a fucking juggernaut. So
No one's gonna vote for a fat guy.
Why not?
Cruz ain't fat. He's just unfortunate looking. He's very unfortunate looking.
That motherfucker, he needs to get cornrows. That has to happen.
I mean, Ted Cruz is fat the same way that you're fat, Tim. Like, you're skinny fat, and like
The fuck?
I wouldn't say that
Tim,
Cruz.
Tim, your whole life.
I look
Come
the
on, bud.
same as Rob right now.
Oh no way, Rob!
No, yeah.
I'm running
Jack.
marathon.
Yeah,
I have more hair than Rob. God damn it.
that's all.
Only on your
Well, you
head.
got more
Irrelevant.
mass too. You got more mass than Rob
Yeah.
too.
I'm taller than Rob.
I'm not fat. You're fat.
I'm way better looking.
How dare you? How dare you?
I said you're skinny fat. I mean, I
I'll
didn't,
take it.
I
I'm
didn't say
okay with
you're fat.
Still fat.
I mean, you're not Minnesota fat. Come on, you're
Yeah, thank you.
you're
No,
a Minnesota 8.
I'm a 10 in Minnesota.
No, I mean, come on. There's some big husky farm boys that are way hotter than you.
Yeah,
You
they're
know
all
that.
gay.
Well, probably, but there doesn't make them less hot. You know, come on. You take a hot
I'll
gay
give you-
guy
I'll give-
over a skinny
I'll give
fat
you that.
Tim every day.
I'll give you that.
I mean, none of us are gay here, but we're obviously going to take a hot corn-fed gay dude over a skinny fat Tim.
I mean, are
It's
their buttholes
not even a
ribbed
real.
like,
It's not a real option.
and their buttholes aren't ribbed like Tim. So
We don't
I'll
know
pick
that.
Tim.
We don't know that for sure.
After
Yeah,
those
thank
tractor
you, man.
videos,
There's a
Thank
lot
you.
of
you were talking about.
Nordic people up in Minnesota. A lot of Nords and Somalis, and I don't know. I don't know
weird.
what the
Quite
inside of
combination.
their buttholes look like. So
And snore.
I don't want to speak out of ignorance there. How do these conversations spiral so quickly?
I don't know.
I'm talking about
Because-
Scandinavian buttholes.
because we're fucking children, Matt. That's why.
What does a gay Nordic funeral look like?
They're probably wearing what
is it
Aaron's
s-
wearing right now.
Is it still the flaming funeral pyre, but with YMCA playing? those Scandinavians really like the techno. So
They all
probably
do the Trump. They all do the Trump dance.
Too hot.
A lot of
See,
fish.
that's what tells me Trump's got a
Full on
mandate
stacking
when everybody's doing the Trump dance for end zone celebrations. Like,
Yep.
yeah,
Yeah, even the athletes are on board.
yeah. When you got a bunch of black dudes doing the Trump dance after a touchdown, like he can kind of do what he wants right now. I think. By the way, I called every state in the election. I called the one district in Nebraska. I called the one district in Maine, and I called every single swing state for Trump.
Well,
God,
Canada,
you're so smart.
Canada
Boom.
is about to be the 51st state too.
Ah, that's so funny.
Rob, please tell me you didn't take that literally.
No, I thought that was funny.
I
a lot
wish
of
it was
people-
literal. I wish it
There's a
was.
lot of people online that have taken that literal.
Oh, yeah.
Both
I-
sides.
What if it happens though?
I'm in favor of it. I've been saying for a while, invade Canada. I said it here probably at least 2 years ago. If we're gonna go to war somewhere, invade Canada. At least we get something for our efforts. You know, they got a lot of oil up there, and you know, I guess you can always sell maple syrup somewhere.
That's right.
It'd be even funnier to just like give Quebec back to France and be like, you got to pay a heavy tax, but you can just have this.
I love Trudeau going down to Mar-a-Lago and just being like, "Oh, sorry," like,
It's like
sucking some
"Oh,
dick,
Canada,
Daddy's home, Daddy's
Yeah.
home."
we talked a lot of shit. I'm sorry.
So, but also, pretty good possibility Gaza just becomes part of Israel now. Like,
Yeah.
it seems like they're just pushing all those Palestinians out. Where they're gonna go, not sure.
That's what
can go to-
Rob's been doing.
I don't care where you go,
Yep,
but you
getting
can't
them outta
stay here.
So Rob transitioned from kicking poor people out of their houses in the United States to kicking Gazans out of their homes in Israel. Was that what
You
you been
got
up
it.
to, Rob?
Well,
You gotta
you
do
say
it. I fucking do it.
homes, but we say the Holy Land.
Squalor.
You know, I will use the Jew card when it is convenient for me.
I'll allow it.
I mean, say what you will, also, but like, you don't fuck with the Jews now. Like, they are badass.
I fuck
Not
with
after
Rob
those
every
pager
day.
much cool
bombs, dude.
stuff.
Not after those pager bombs.
Yeah, no,
You don't
it's
fuck
like
around.
no. You do not fuck. You do not fuck with the Jews ever again.
So I've made
Except Rob. Except
I've made it, fairly clear.
American
Like
Jews are a little different than Israeli Jews.
I'm not a pro-war guy. I'm more of a I'm not a pacifist, but I'm not a like let's go to war again. Like we've been at war our entire adult lives, but I don't view I don't get on board with like the Free Palestine stuff like that. That is a war of conquest, and the sooner we
Israel
start
won.
viewing it as a war of conquest, it'll make a whole lot more sense. And at some point, I'm not in favor of the ethnic cleansing, but I think it probably has to happen. Otherwise, that war is just going to go on indefinitely.
Even though
Not
it's too
fair.
specific, Matt.
But should we have to?
It's very specific. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying it might be what needs to happen. I don't see there being any other sort of resolution to it.
As soon as,
Tell me
as
where
soon as
I'm
Matt-
wong.
As soon as Matt found out he was Jewish, he developed.
Oh,
his own view.
I was like, fuck those Palestinians.
All of a sudden, Matt
It
grew a
just
pair.
comes-
I want my birthright trip to Israel. God damn it!
You can go with me.
I would happily go with you. I'd laugh at every one of those Palestinians I saw too.
Matt walking around the Holy Land with his cowboy boots. Hilarious. I
can
need that
please
video.
Are Protestants allowed to go with you on your journey?
Well,
You can like serve us stuff.
there's plenty of Protestants that tour the Holy Land. Let me tell you, it's a whole industry.
Don't tell me you have a friend that you have a podcast with a Protestant and Catholic background.
Yeah,
I
the
probably
haircut
have at
won't
some
give me
point.
away.
They have there's a checkered past, to say the least.
I will say I've not had an Irish Catholic and a Protestant Catholic on that I know of, so that could probably get spicy.
Yeah,
But you're Irish Catholic.
I'm Irish Catholic.
Aaron's not a real Irish, so that doesn't count.
I'm pretty
He's
sure
Protestant.
I'm
though.
more Irish than Tim.
Either
You
way,
shut your goddamn whore mouth.
I'm probably more Irish than both of you. While also
You
being
shut
Mexican.
your goddamn whore mouth.
And that doesn't change the fact that none of us are real Irish.
I have 4 generations going back to Mayo, Ireland.
Okay, cool. Good for you.
I've got
That's
0.7%
adorable.
Ashkenazi Jew going
That's-
back to
that's
somewhere
adorable.
in Eastern Europe. So
Should we pull out the 23andMe, Tim, stats?
Okay, all right. Did you do 23andMe?
Whatever
I did.
the fuck, DNA. Now,
I don't like
That's
being on the grid, but I'll do it to fuck you.
You know what was really wild is when I got my 23andMe results and then I read Ashkenazi Jew, I immediately became circumcised.
It just
It
fell
was
off.
the strangest thing. All of a sudden, this crazy Orthodox Jewish rabbi showed up, and
Your disgusting
now
foreskin just disappeared.
it's gone. It's gone.
Ugh,
Nowhere to
yuck.
be found.
Yuck. Good.
Your dick hair got those long.
And I don't want to be real, just super personal about it, but it was a traditional Judaic bris. Like he sealed it with his mouth. That's how you do it. And who am I to deny the one true God?
Oh, so that's why
God
Rob
damn
wanted to circumcise us all.
I got you good, Tim. I got you so good.
God damn it.
Oh man, I'm fading, dog.
Yeah, me too.
All right. Well, I didn't make a song for this week, so let's call it good on that. This has been the death of fun.
Glad